The Earth. A planet with over 7 billion people. And it welcomes more than 200,000 newborns every day. Agriculture is the source of all our food. All open field agriculture relies on the soil as its most important resource. To maintain fertile soils, it's important that a continuous cropping rotation is applied. Arable land is becoming increasingly scarce due to competition from other land uses. It results in narrow rotations with the same crops being grown on the same field too soon. Intensive cropping puts large claims on soil fertility, which decreases, and it increases the risk of crop damage due to soil-borne pests. Soil-borne pests, such as nematodes, cause more than €100 billion worth of crop damage annually. Nematodes are microscopic worms, of which more than 30,000 different species are known globally. Root knot nematodes are scientifically known as meloidogen, named after meloi, the Latin word for melon, which refers to their melon-shaped eggs. They can parasitize almost all important agricultural crops. In temperate zones, potato, carrot, beets and lettuce are affected by M. hapla. In warmer climates, M. incognita attacks tomatoes, peppers and eggplant. One of the most noxious root knot nematodes is M. chitwoodi. In Europe, it has a quarantine status and mainly inflicts its damage in potato. Nematodes use the root of a plant to reproduce. Female nematodes lay eggs in the roots, such as the beet cyst nematode, which can contain up to 500 juvenile nematodes. These plant parasitic nematodes hamper root growth, provoking malformations and excessive branching. The plant's potential to take up water and nutrients is reduced. Nematodes can form several generations in one growing season, and their eggs can often survive for many years in the soil. Joordens Seed Company follows the latest developments of these pests to create new sources of resistance in their genetic material. It specializes in the development, production and commercialization of plant varieties that increase soil health. By conducting research and breeding for decades, Joordens has developed unique nematode-resistant varieties. It has commercialized a wide range of cover crops, including mustards and oilseed radish. The laboratory is fully dedicated to finding solutions for soil health problems. Here, every year, tens of thousands of individual plants are tested for their resistance against specific nematodes or other soil-borne pests. The laboratory greenhouse has a special quarantine status to allow the testing of pests in a safe environment. Before used water is discharged, it's decontaminated by UV light. Other waste is heated before removal. In the nematode resistance breeding program, plants are sown in small tubes. 2 weeks later, nematodes are added to each plant. 6 weeks after sowing, the roots of the plants are inspected for nematode infection. When plants are screened for resistance against free-living nematodes, such as stem or lesion nematodes, plants or roots are cut and incubated in a mist chamber to extract the nematodes. A good example of a persistent pest is the beet cyst nematode. Globally, it has infected about half of the sugar beet fields, and it's largely present in cabbage crop fields. Already in 1988, Joordens launched a solution, the so-called BCN-resistant white mustard. Since then, many varieties of both white mustard and oilseed radish have been bred. Of both BCN1 and BCN2 varieties are available. Joordens BCN varieties reduce nematode populations by more than 90%, while BCN2 varieties reduce the population by up to 90%. Oilseed radish varieties with resistance to both BCN and the chitwoodi root knot nematode have been developed. These double-resistant varieties reduce the root knot nematode population by more than 99%. Independent research shows that the most successful growers use our resistant cover crops. Joordens Seeds is continuously developing new ways to improve soil health. A recently developed method to suppress soil-borne pests is biofumigation, a process that is triggered by the active substances that are naturally present in cruciferous plants. In our laboratory, we simulate the process at a small scale. It's a means to screen for the optimal varieties that have the largest biofumigation potential. Different specific pests, such as nematodes or fungi, can be targeted. For current sustainable arable farming and horticulture, biofumigation represents a unique solution to manage soil-borne pests in intensive cropping rotations. A cruciferous crop is grown up to flowering stage, then chopped up and incorporated in the soil. Rain or irrigation triggers the process, and after 3 weeks, a new crop can be sown. A unique method that Joordens developed and put into practice. Joordens Seeds, because we care.